Yeah, and we have you here on a regular basis because if we don't, we'll lose track of everything the CCP is up to, which is something constantly. The CCP is like rust. It never sleeps. It's always infiltrating and chewing up good things and taking out the foundation. Now they're teaming up with Russia in some ways, but I think it's a dangerous place for Russia. I do. Russia is a huge nation real estate-wise, but it's only 150 million people. Compared to China, it's just a little tiny drop in the bucket. And for China, I believe it's a relationship of convenience. Not because they really care about Russia, but because they hope to have it and own it someday. Am I wrong?
Of course, it goes both ways as well. For the CCP, first of all, let's talk about the relationship over here first. For the Chinese Communist Party, they do use Russia as a as a domination and as a power tool for themselves. A lot of times you see for the Russian invasion as well, a lot of the military, a lot of the weaponry, a lot of the resources. Funny enough, if you look on the battlefields, if you look into the resource truck, even on the some of the goods that is being imported onto the battlefield, some of them has been labeled in Chinese, and it just makes you ask the question, why is that so? And it is military supplies we're talking about here. So yes, a lot of the times the CCP have huge support and funding towards Russia's moves. And for the Russia as well, it used the Chinese Communist Party as a means of their own tool. And it's actually happened in the past where the Russia has taken and has being freely granted different areas and parts of China, and the CCP just gave it away for free because they want to make deals, they want to make trade, and so it goes both ways for
they want to make deals
over there.
Anna. They want to make deals, but they do it for one thing: power and control. Maybe that's two things, but that's why they do. So you look at the conflicts that they have now with the Philippines, with Japan. You mentioned the Solomon Islands here before we came out of break. I didn't even realize we had a problem with the Solomon Islands, but there you go. See, the Chinese think that they own everything. And until somebody can stop them, they're going to continue to march into different places around the world and exert their power, aren't they?
Of course they are. And that's why, talking about Russia, we'll be looking into Putin's first overseas trip after his re-election that is scheduled for May 15th. So how it works is Putin actually have asked the Chinese Communist Party to help persuade Europe to promote a Russian-led Eurasian security architecture. Okay, so this is what they planned, and what it means is at the core of this is the Eurasian dominate Eurasian issue. So they want, for example, CCP or Russia or their fellow regimes to be the one dominating these issues, and they want to exclude the participation of, for example, United States, Japan, or the Philippines into this area of the matter. So that is actually about Putin's first overseas trip after his re-election. So you can imagine, that is why I said, the CCP used Russia as a power tool, and you have said over here as well, power and benefit, and same with Russia. They want to use the CCP to help them do more promotion, get more control of the areas that they want to put there and exert their powers through. So, there were the special representative for Eurasian affairs of the CCP. They have met with the ambassadors from various countries that, in Beijing. They have met with them various countries and then persuade them to support Russia. So this is actually very recent, but it relates to what will happen very soon in the middle of May. So that's why we're sharing over here, because you'll be looking at a lot of signs about Russia, about China, and you'll say, oh wow, it actually all correlates with one another.